So day 7 begins, Los Arcos to Logroño. Another rubbish night's sleep. I don't want to moan about the hostel thing because I know it sounds like that's all I do, but last night was horrendous again. The room we were sleeping in was right next to the kitchen where everyone had cooked their meals, and the door was left open to our room, so by the time we got up there to bed, our whole room stank of just food and grease and cooking fats and stuff. It wasn't pleasant. Los Arcos, another quirky medieval town. Tried to have a little bit of a look around, but there wasn't much to see, to be honest. Rain forecast today. A few showers now to start off with, but as we get into the day a bit later on, it's going to be, I mean, the heavens are going to open. Just going to plough on and keep on going. So 13.5 kilometre mark is up. My right leg is really hurting today, walking through the pain barrier. The sun's out and that's kind of gone against what the predicted weather forecast was. Still some dark clouds ahead, and I am expecting it to chuck it down a little bit later on. Just came across a really interesting little cafe literally in the middle of nowhere, which was very pleasing to come across. There's a little old man selling coffee and toasties and things, and interestingly he used to be a physiotherapist, so as well as selling refreshments he also gives out physio advice, and he did just give one tip, and I'm pretty sure this is what he said and I wasn't lost in translation, but he said if your feet are hurting at the end of the day you should pee on them while in the shower. I don't know if I'm going to take him up on that, but it was quite interesting. Ten kilometres out now from Logroño. Just stopped off in a little place called Viana, a really pretty little city. I kind of actually wish that I had more time to explore it. Some of the other pilgrims that we've made friends with along the way are actually spending the night there rather than continuing on. And we had lunch at a little place called Pilgrim's Oasis, and it was really nice to get some vegetables and some hummus, and I think it's the healthiest meal that I've eaten so far, just because vegetables have been quite hard to come by. I know that sounds a bit silly, but the menu seems to be quite kind of stodgy and fried, and I don't know. Anyway, it was great to have some vegetables, and I'm lamenting the fact that I didn't have more time to explore Viana, because architecturally it was really interesting. I've got that whole medieval but big and grand, and there was a lot going on. Rain, I think it's going to be with us now all the way into Logroño, and the wind is howling. It's hard not to feel a bit down about this, so I'm gonna put some music on now and just get my head down and carry on. I really thought northern Spain at the end of April and May would be nice. So it's day 8 on the Camino, walking from Logroño to Najera. I'm never going to be able to pronounce these places right. Another long day ahead, another 29 kilometre one. Back to back after yesterday. I think I'm going to be feeling that later. I'm actually leaving Logroño feeling a little bit bittersweet, because it seems like a very cool city to explore, and the weather was just so bad yesterday. Torrential rain, 40-mile-an-hour winds, that didn't get a chance to explore it. So I feel like I've got unfinished business here. I really wanted to go for a walk with my camera, maybe a bit of a drone flight as well. And yes, I'm feeling a bit bittersweet about that. Anyway, just stopped for a baguette and a coffee, and gonna try and get today over and done with. It's gonna take about 8 hours, I think. Oh. So coming up on the 11k mark now, approaching a little village, so we're going to stop off here for a bit of a refreshment. In terms of landscape so far, it's mainly been motorways, olive fields and mountains. I don't know if they're visible over my right shoulder now. Yeah, so that's been the landscape so far, and also this kind of, I don't know if it's a sculpture or what, it's like really imposing, of like a black bull high up looming over you. So that's been the landscape so far. About to hit this little village, and a coffee and something to eat would go down a treat. So just stopped off in a little hillside town called Navarrete, which had the most incredible church. It was quite spectacular. You put €1 in this little machine that turns all the lights on, and it really was a marvel to see. Walking along the freeway now isn't fun, past vineyard after vineyard, and there's another village coming up where I plan to stop for some lunch. So just stopped off in a small little town called Ventosa. Didn't explore it at all, other than a very nice cafe which provided a very, very nice sandwich. About 2 hours of walking left to go. Sky's darkening, clouds are looking ominous. Just going to keep the head down and try and get there as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you have found this remotely entertaining, then please do subscribe, as it really does give me a motivational pat on the bum and propels me into finishing the next one.